Mom opens with, "Mom, it me, you are eldest son, Barty, period. I in trouble during my holiday and kidnappers want $2,000. Please send kiss." This opening is such a classic, but unfortunately for White, the only people falling for it are grandmas and grandpas. Using the kidnapper's gambit is extremely outdated in text chess, and they should be ashamed of this inaccuracy. Black hits back with, "Who the fuck is Barty?" And you can't kidnap someone if their own mom doesn't even know who they are. This great move shuts down the scam entirely, and it's officially over before it even starts. Black also follows up with, "If you're gonna run a scam, change the name, you dumbass," which is a very good point. I think you're more likely to win a good old game of Russian roulette 10 times in a row than text a number whose son is actually named Barty. Maybe that's White's sign to start gambling. Good move. Mom, please or they kill me. Black already declined the gambit, but White still tries to continue it, to try to create some urgency in the situation and make their opponent more emotional, which is another common method in this scam, and a mistake. There isn't a thought worse than having your son being on the verge of death, and that's why this works on so many victims. However, there is a very simple counter for it. Black finds that counter by replying, "My son, Jameson, is in his room, have a nice day. Kiss," delivering an early checkmate. All it takes to defeat this scam is finding your son. It's an easy as that. Also, that kiss was personal. It was more of a roundhouse kick than a sign of love. For a moment, I thought I was at the front row of a WWE fight. However, naming the son might have been a mistake, because now, if the scammer ever comes back from a different number, they'll be able to name the son. Next, White starts us off saying, "Yo, are you Foster? I'm Jovi, 2 commas. We spoke on that dating site last time. I went to chill with my grandma, but we never met for drinks, 2 commas. I'm back in town a bit if you want to truly meet up this time. Are you down for that? Anyone who uses numbers as a substitute for their words is not getting a date with anyone, so that's how you know this mistake is a scam. I've seen flat earth documentaries more convincing than this blunder. Black responds with "Yasssss" with 8 S's and "I got this scam!" Blessed applause emoji. Send the next part. Now, I have no idea what this scam is, but based on the excitement, I can make a guess. It is definitely one of those girls in your area ads. Like, come on, nobody's falling for them. I'd only be baited if it was a guy. I'm joking, obviously. Anyway, Black is definitely a gooner, but this is a good move for identifying the scam. White sends the automated message. "Oops, did I just message some random guy? Oops, my fault, I can be stupid some of the time," revealing the least obvious scam of the century. No real person starts 2 sentences with oops back to back because that is an oopsie in on itself. Oh, and a mistake. "Yes," is Black's response with 8 S's once again, and you'd think they were trying to summon a snake rather than trying to shut down a scam. This move is an inaccuracy based on the fact that they're trying to talk like Voldemort's pet, and that fact alone. White then sends an image of themselves, and we need to thank the heavens that this screenshot was taken with half of the image cropped out. This would have worked on me if it was a hot guy instead. I've actually catfished myself on a burner Tinder account before. Long story, don't ask. This great move fulfills Black and ends the game in a stalemate, but I doubt Black will get scammed. They're just farming images. Next. "Hey, it's Michael Jackson. I'm messaging you from a private account. I'm not really dead. Can you cash at me $600 so I can come back to the United States and put out more music?" White kicks things off with an outrageous move because Michael Jackson would not sign his message with HEEHEE. If you send money to this dude, you deserve to beat it. Anyone who believes this needs to take a look at the man in the mirror. The only thriller about this is how bad it is. Okay, I'll stop with the Michael Jackson puns now. I'm lucky if anyone is still watching this video. Black resigns this match without playing a move, and I think my puns made them reconsider their life choices. Next, White opens explaining how your order will be delivered by DHL tomorrow between 11:26 and 14:26 period. Track progress scam link 9LO3. Like a fucking idiot. Imagine setting a scam link that says the word scam in it. That's like setting up a mousetrap but leaving a comically large sign next to it reading trap. Well, mice can't read so they'd still take the cheese, but you get the point. Blunder. Black replies with some heartfelt advice that says, "Hey, just a heads up, ! Might want to use an URL that doesn't say :scam-chargeback. Bro just handed the scammer patch notes for their own scam, and you gotta respect it. This excellent move shows very good sportsmanship, and it's always nice to see a high elo player helping out a player who is very evidently in need. Next, "Hi, Can I say hi? Question mark is White's stupid ass opening, and I'm not even gonna explain why it's a miss because you, yes, you should already know. This reminds me of those rude people who take your food and then ask for it after taking a bite. Like, bro, that is not how it works. Anyone who does this instantly enters my op list. Black hits back with a score of 4 out of 10 scam attempts, which is a heavy inaccuracy because 4 is far too generous. The number 4 resembles something slightly below average, but that shit was below bad. It was absolute dog shit. Whoever operates this scam center would need to have a chat with Black about their job. I have a sneaky suspicion that they would be executed. White claims, this is Amy, period. I contacted my friend Hannah, period. Didn't you, question mark? And the main flaw in this scam is that, well, the recipient is obviously going to know it isn't true. That's why this move is an inaccuracy. You are obviously a scammer, maybe give up your 5% believability scam attempt is Black's reply, hitting back strongly and parrying White's weak attack. This great move makes up for the previous inaccuracy by replacing the ranking with one far more accurate. I still can't believe they initially rated it as a 4 out of 10. What were they thinking? White tries the good old Uno reverse and replies with, "What are you talking about, scammer?" question mark, taking a trade by capturing another piece with a good move. An aggressive move that gives them a bit more of a fighting edge. I would be surprised if this successfully rage baited Black because that is what it is evidently trying to do. I'm right and Black doesn't fall for it, responding with, "This chat may now be recorded for reporting purposes to the FBI and CBI, period." This calculated move is an attempt to scare our scammer into resigning the match before the FBI does otherwise. Black also follows up with, "Congratulations, exclamation point. You have won the first place award for Worst Scammer 2025, which is a brilliant move securing the win. Also, congratulations to the member of my Discord server who suggested this screenshot. To send your screenshots, you can join with the link in the description." Next, White greets themselves by saying, "Hi, my name is Jelly, period. I saw you when I was sorting out the address book, period. I have no impression of you, period. Did we know each other before, question mark?" This opening is the human equivalent of walking into a stranger's house, sitting on the couch and asking if you met with zero context and of course zero purpose. It develops no pieces and only confuses the opponent. Clear mistake. Black responds, "Yes, I think we were in jail together, period," revealing that we have a pair of criminals on our hands, but they're not finished. "Do you know the time we murdered that person that tried to scam us on WhatsApp by pretending to know each other? Question mark. Fun times, eh? Question mark. Black's excellent move calls out the scam indirectly, and it would take an absolute dumbass to not get the message and move on. Of course, White is an absolute dumbass though, or they wouldn't be a full-time scammer. ... No, is White's confused response, and it's about as effective as trying to defend a check by saying please stop. This move adds absolutely nothing to the game once again, ignores the previous chap and makes them look stupid. I didn't know you could do all of that in one blunder. I've been scammed before. Instead of sending money, I send them my own RudeScape account, but joke's on them, it was already banned. Black hits back on the offense saying, "No, I'm pretty sure it's true, period," denying with the claim that it isn't, which is a great move. They also continued the move an hour later with, "That shut you up, didn't it?" which made White resign the game like a pussy. Next, White sends Black $100. What the hell? Is this match fixed or is it pure generosity? Either way, it's a criminal move because sending your opponent that much money isn't going to be a smart idea unless your opponent is me. I wish YouTube gave me that much. Black replies, "Who's this?" like a brick wall because just saying "who this" after being given $100. That's like finding $20 in the street and being like, "Nah, mid." The least you could do after finding someone Apple paying you $100 is act somewhat happy. A better move would have been somewhat given to him some emotion. Easily a blunder. White beckons, "Send it back, wrong please," revealing a big plot twist in our game with an incredible blunder. They sent the $100 to the wrong person. When someone plays a move and regrets it down the line, you usually can't make amends, but Black actually has the option to allow it this time. The only question is, will they? Black hits back with, "Why you type my number then, and who is this?" choosing to go through the confrontational route. Clearly the bill collector is breathing down their throat, so they're going to cling on to those $100 for as long as humanely possible. As much as it's scammy, they have all the power here, making it a great move. Boogie. I typed it on accident. Black plays a forced move to defend Black's attack because due to the power exchange they had to share their name. To be fair, I'd be hesitant too if my name was Boogie. I can't choose whether it sounds more like something from your nose or a disco dance. Black asks, "Boogie?" question mark. The name is quote Boogie question mark, and they have a point. This good move comes from a player in a state of utter confusion and for good reason too. Imagine asking for someone's name and they say Boogie, bro. You'd raise an eyebrow too. Black captures some material from White and is up by quite a bit now. Politely, White asks, can you send it back? Practically begging at this point. Just accept the loss, bro. You're a few moves away from being checkmated, so there is no point in resigning now. I'd still call this a good move for at least trying to get the point back. People do a lot for money. Me especially. I'll tell Apple to send it back is a checkmate from Black, which has the same effect as your girl saying we can still be friends after dumping your ass and making all her friends despise you. Trust me, that's not that. I have no idea where that one came from. White is not getting that $100 back, but it's their fault for being stupid. Moral of the story, triple check before sending money to people. Also, make sure to triple check whether you've liked and subscribed yet, and make sure to send money to me on textchest.store where you can get merch. I will not be sending that money back either. Next, White opens with, I'm an assassin and I've been paid to come kill you since you don't want to send her the money you're supposed to send out, 2 swearing emojis. I've never understood people who use a swearing emoji because you just swear, we're not in kindergarten. Anyways, White follows up with, I will not look for you, I will not pursue you, period. But if you don't, I will look for you, I will find you, and I will kill you, period. Followed with 2 random ass quotation marks, and then, I don't know who you are, period. I don't know what you want, period. But I will kill you in the next 24-hour period. Watch and see, RIP soon. Holy shit, what have I just read? This is less threatening and more like a blooper from the Taken movie. It's giving up the same energy as a 13-year-old quoting movies in Xbox party chat thinking they sound tough. Bro's probably one of those kids that think funk edits go hard and post skull edits. Blunder. The wild thing is that this move still isn't done. White finishes saying, we have our network all over the world, period. In order to not endanger you, your life, the more your advice to cooperate, what is this grammar, with us to know if we can change our initial plan to assassinate you, period. Once you're in contact of this message, I will like you to get back to us immediately as delay as dangerous, period. I wait to hear from you on this matter within the next 1 hour, and that is if you appreciate and love your existence. Since when did the literal mafia play text chess? I once applied to the mafia, don't ask how, but I never got the call back. Must have been busy sliming people or something. All I know is they're horrible at this game because this is actually an insane blunder. Hopefully they don't hunt me down. For real though, if anybody actually falls for this opening, they low-key deserve the assassination attempt. Of course, I hope they survive, but you get my point. Black does the right thing, ignoring the message with a best move. Next, White starts off the game asking, hello, it is your neighbor with some car trouble. Can you assist me? ? This good move is on the higher end of scam approaches because unlike the other, it's at least somewhat believable and allows other pieces to develop early. Black hits back with my neighbor? ? Clearly confused as to what this means. You know, the people who live next door to you. Either Black doesn't have a neighbor or they have the brains of a worm. No in between for this mistake. White explains that I'm experiencing car trouble and left my wallet mistakenly at home, offering a believable story and developing their first night of the game. I'm gonna call it another good move, but I'm quite interested to see how it turns into a scam. Keep watching because it'll likely get a bit crazy. Is this Jeff? ? Black asks if this is their neighbor, making a huge miss while developing, leaving their pawn hanging. The right play would have been asking for their neighbor's name to try and catch a scammer out early instead of literally handing the answer on a plate. Black might as well have wrapped it with a ribbon tie. Taking the gift, White plays the only right response. Yes. This can't be given anything other than the best move because I can't think of any move I would have played that surpasses this one. Coming from someone with such a high elo, that means the move must be good. I'm literally him. Finally gaining a bit of conscience as to what is happening, Black responds with, oh, ! You should have said so, ! I can just grab your wallet and bring it to you, period. Finally, I said finally, Black realized their ass was on a computer monitor at a scam center and they locked in. What White is trying to do is trick Black into sending them money through Apple Pay, so instead Black is countering it by offering the wallet in real life. What a brilliant move to outsmart such a god-awful scam. But White hasn't given up yet. I am far away to bring it. Could you send Apple Pay and I will pay you back shortly? Is their good move a response? Desperately trying to get Black to send the dollar bills to their Apple account. Someone has to pay the bills and apparently Black is being assigned that role. Whether they take it or not, who knows? Absolutely Jeff, period. What type of neighbor would I be if I didn't help you out, period? Right, ? Black's response has so much passive aggression inside of it that it belongs in a group project email. This excellent move captures the peace of White and shows that they are not taking any bullshit. If White was smart, they would hit the resignation button ASAP. They're a scammer though, they're dumb as hell. That's why White replies with, "Thank you, just send the amount of 50 to this number," still in their little delusion that the game is on. Little do they know that it was lost from their opening. This blunder wastes their own time, and at this point it's kinda saddening to watch. The whole scam center probably got all excited and gathered around White's PC like moths flying a light, poor souls. Black confirms that this scam is not working by hitting back with, "When did you change your number though, Jeff? I just spoke to you yesterday, period. Those damn numbers are so small, period. Speaking of small, you know Peter's son is single again, period. They say his wife was cheating on him, period. But hey, if he takes after his dad, pinprick Peter, then I can't say that I blame her, period. Know what I mean? Laughing emoji. Not only do they show that they know that this isn't the right number, but they also bore the opponent to death by taking forever to move. This brilliant move pushes for a checkmate, but unfortunately, White resigns. Next, White comes in offering a job for you as a chauffeur, earn $950 weekly, apply here, semicolon. They then follow up with a link that I'm gonna have to blur because, well, I clicked it, and let's just say I'm not interested in any hot ladies in my area. Blunder. Black fights scam with scam and replies with, "Thank you for subscribing to Random Cat Facts, period. Each morning you'll be given a new fact about cats, exclamation point. You'll be billed $9.99 a month, period." This brilliant move from Black captures a piece of high value and tips the game in their favor early. It is perfectly orchestrated to trick the scammer into believing they've scammed themselves. You can just picture them shitting themselves back in the office thinking they're about to get fired. $10 does seem like a good deal though, maybe the boss will appreciate it. The simple response from White is a no, and all I have to say to that is nice. Good move, but all it does is evoke fear, so I can't grade it as anything more than that. Black closes with, "A cat was the mayor of an Alaskan town for 20 years, period. Stop to cancel, period." Securing the checkmate in record time and getting their elo up. Maybe one day it'll be half of my level. Anyway, watch the playlist on screen for even more games.